See, we can locate web elements based on ID, based on name, based on XPath. Okay. So apart from ID, name, XPath, we had also discussed link text and partial link text. So if link text is fixed, we can go with link text. If link text is keep on changing, we can go with partial link text. So in this case, the second approach is recommendable because here this label information is keep on changing. So here link text we cannot prefer. If generally click on mobile, suppose if in Amazon website we had seen mobiles. So this link text is fixed. In that case, we can go with locator name as link text. And we can use the link text only if developer is using a tag name as anchor tag. Anchor tag. Okay. So if developer is using tag name as anchor tag, then we can use link text. Developer is using anchor tag and keep text, the link text is keep on changing, we can use these things. So we have to remember this syntax part. So these lines of code anyway in your programming part, you no need to remember because you need refer your previous programs and just to copy and paste. See, even myself also, I'm not remembering any of the line. Just you have to know which locator you have to use. Suppose if you don't know the syntax part, you don't know how to write link text. Simply you can go to Google page. Okay, you can type it here in Google link text in Selenium. So you will get the syntax part. So you can get any of the websites. You can navigate any of the websites. See, driver dot find element by link text. So that's what. Okay. So you no need to remember any of the lines of code. Okay, guys. Now we understood the locators as these are the locators, and we had discussed total five we had discussed so far, and we have left with few more locators. What are those? Let's go to discuss. CSS selector. CSS selector. Okay, let me show you the CSS selector. Okay, so let me go to the Orange HRM application URL. So I want to locate this web element based on ID, based on name, XPath, we understood. But I want to locate this web element based on CSS selector. Okay, let me click on inspect here. So here my tag name is input, guys. Here my tag name is input. Okay. So if you want to write the locator name as input, you can write it input, and within the square brackets, you can write whatever property. Name is equal to username, name is equal to password. So like that, we can write CSS selector. Guys, understood everyone? So you can tag name within the square bracket, whatever developer had given, you can write it. So this is the syntax part. Driver dot find element by CSS selector. So this is the way also we can use locators. CSS selector. See here I have written CSS selector. Right. So like this we can write CSS selector. Okay, let me keep these two lines of code for your reference. Right here. So we can look at the web element based on CSS selector also. Okay. Now let's go to the next point. Class name. Okay. Let me write the line of code class. So like ID, like name, by like XPath, developer will also give the property as class name. So let's go and verify in the login button in the Orange HRM website. So I'm navigating this website. So login button, inspect. See here, developer had given class is equal to this one. This is the big one he has given. Okay, let me take copy and go to this line of code. Okay. Developer had given class is equal to, on this web element, developer had given just like ID is equal to, name is equal to, XPath is equal to, developer had given, this is the one. So here what I have taken, some portion of this one I have taken. Okay. And I mentioned here. Okay. So orange HRM login button. So I am identifying this web element based on locator name as class name. If developer is giving like this class is equal to, then you can write the locator name as class name, and you can take this part, or you might take this part. Okay. Or you might take this part as well, or you can take this part as well. Okay. So I have taken this part. Okay. And I'm mentioning that class name. Okay, so I'm able to click on the login button. So that means I can also able to locate the web element based on class name locator. Okay, let me run this one. So I can able to click on run button, login button. So it's navigated to login page. 1 second, it's loading slow. It's clicking on login button. It's clicked on login button and I navigated to home page. So based on class name locator also, I can able to locate the web element. So that's what I want to tell you. And the last locator name is tag name. Tag name. Okay, right, guys. See here, I have written driver dot find elements by tag name. Tag name anchor means how many number of anchor tags, how many number of anchor tags are available on a web page. I want to know. So there are so many hyperlinks will be there on a web page. Suppose if I navigate to this Orange HRM website, okay, there are so many hyperlinks. Forgot your password is one hyperlink. Okay, and there are so many other hyperlinks also available on this web page. So Orange HRM INC is one web page, one hyperlink. Okay, this is one hyperlink, and forgot your password is one hyperlink. Okay, so like that, on a web page there will be so many hyperlinks. So in the Amazon website we had seen mobiles best sellers like that. So the tag name must started with anchor tag. So I want to know how many number of anchor tags are there in a web page. So I can write the lines of code like this. After navigating to website, I'm writing driver dot find elements by tag name anchor tag. Okay. And here I mentioned object name as hyperlinks. Hyperlinks dot size of, it can give the number of count in this variable. So number of hyperlinks on this web page is, it will be printed. Okay, let me run this one. Run as test-ng test. So on this, once I navigate to this website, I want to know how many number of hyperlinks are there. So I executed my program. So it is showing total number of hyperlinks are 5. It is showing total number of hyperlinks are 5. So that's got it's printed. So if I want to know how many number of anchor tags, how many number of input tags, how many number of span tags, how many number of division tags. If I want to know, simply I can write span. If I want to know division tags, I can write div. If I want to know anchor tags, I can write anchor tags. If I want to know how many number of input tags, I can write input tags. So in this case, I want to know how many number of hyperlinks on this web page. So like this, we can use tag name. So I can get all the hype objects information, and the dot size of, by using this one, I can get the number of count in this variable and I'm printing. So like this, we can look at the web element based on ID, based on name, based on XPath, based on link text, based on partial link text, based on CSS selector, based on class name, based on tag name. Tag name means when there are more than one web element. Okay, so when there is more than one web element, so we are writing lines of code driver dot find elements. So when there is more than one web element, then we want to identify based on tag name, we can use this locator. Okay. So system.out. So it's the count it is getting number of hyperlinks. Okay. So let me share all these lines of code. Okay. Anyway, I am sharing all this running nodes information. Okay. Let me save this notepad. April 13 desktop. Okay, let me share this one.